Okay, we want to welcome you to Sacred Economics with Eileen Workman and Ahavah. This is a groundbreaking endeavor. Very different paradigm than the one that's crashing around our ears. I'd like for Eileen and I to introduce ourselves by giving an economic snapshot and historical economic snapshot of our lives. And then I would like for you to give one of yours. We'll model it. Doesn't have to be much, but it's an opportunity for us to build a container together and weave your voice into what we're doing, because everyone's voice is vital at this time. You want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I'm Eileen. Welcome. My economic snapshot. Let's see. I guess I could start by saying, if I want to look at my career perspective, how did I end up here from where I started? After I graduated from college with a degree in political science and minors in economics and history, I chose to go to work for Xerox Corporation, and I was in sales for Xerox for 5 years, and ultimately made my way into the financial services industry, and spent 16 years as a financial advisor with Smith Barney. It was a very lucrative profession. I was at the top of my game. I worked for approximately 300 clients. I managed about $100 million in assets. I earned, at the time of my exodus, I was earning over $400,000 a year, doing everything. I had the good life. Big house, fancy cars, big vacations, virtually everything material that a person could want. And what I discovered was that I was desperately unhappy, and I didn't know why. And it took me a long period of years to explore that and become a seeker of what it is about humanity that needs more than stuff. And when I got into that space in myself, I discovered that what I was doing was serving myself instead of serving higher purpose. And I had to stop doing it. I couldn't do it anymore. So I left the business and moved into a period of time where I went into myself more deeply to try to understand who I was and why I'm here. And I think those are questions most of us at some time or another ask ourselves. And as I asked the questions, the answers that came to me were that part of the reason I'm here is to help people understand why the current economic system doesn't work, to look for answers and solutions that might help us find a way through this together into a space where what we're doing parallels what nature's doing. I look to nature always as a teacher, and that's where I begin. And that's what I'm going to stop right there, because I want you to say your background, how you got here.
So, in walks Anita into her life. While she was leaving the financial services industry, I had filed bankruptcy so I could do the work as a gateway to conscious evolution guide. I realized early on that I could no longer steward my creative energy toward work to pay my bills that were not benefiting anybody. So I knew that they would catch up with me. But in the meantime, I was going to serve. So as Eileen came out of the financial services industry in crisis, I was there to catch her, because I had made the decision to be there for people and to do what needed to be done. I've always worked in the non-profit industry, which is an industry too. Started out in Department of Juvenile Services in Baltimore, then Institute for Self-Governance in Baltimore. Then I did a Family Community Leadership Training Institute in Indianapolis. And tried to get a grant for it, but it's always been about grassroots leadership. Because I have crafted my life in simplicity, I have a one-bedroom apartment now that is the loveliest place I've ever lived for $309 a month as Section 8, and total freedom, and enough money to do this. Nothing to stop me. And what I am learning from Eileen is setting me aflame with possibilities for us to change the financial services industry and the economic system that we are now enslaved to be one that's aligned with nature, where we're doing like what Sharon Rose brought us, these gifts out of thoughtfulness that just made us feel rich. So that is my economic snapshot.